Hey everybody, I'm on my way between Bridgeport, California and Lake Tahoe. Well, not actually Lake Tahoe, a town south of Lake Tahoe where Ross is. And I wanted to check out a couple of the dispersed campsites between here and there. And this is one of them. It's wonderful. It's, I think it's called the Wild Horse Campsite, something like that. And it's in Colville, C-O-L-E, Colville, California. This is free dispersed camping. It's right along this river. I'm not sure what the river is, but it's beautiful, and it's like rushing this time of year. Beautiful, huh? The smell of trees. It's been a while. Oh, yeah, I guess that's no longer a usable fire pit. It's in the middle of a little side stream. Yeah, definitely pretty full. I love the sound. So 395 is just over there, very close. But when the river is this high, it definitely drowns out that noise of the highway. And it's, I don't know if it's that busy of a stretch here. And here's little Miss Olive. She seems to like it here. At first I had internet, and now I don't, so I'm not sure. Kind of wanted to keep my internet for a couple days. What do you think, Olive? You like it? She can never sit still. What do you think? Huh? Yeah, not bad. You can see up top, there's the snow. It will be cold here tonight. I think it's only supposed to be 65 degrees during the day today. And then tonight, I would guess maybe 40 degrees, maybe 35. So that's sort of pushing my limits of comfort. But I'm definitely considering staying here. Just the trees, it's been so long since I've been around trees. And it smells really good. So as far as camping here, I am pulled off kind of further in. You don't have to come this far in to camp. This little road, it's got lots of rocks, but it's not bad at all. It's level. A few rocks you need to avoid. But if you want, you can park much closer to the entrance here, right off the highway. So it definitely could be doable for a larger vehicle, or even a tow probably. And all this is pretty flat here. So there's all of this area, which could hold a few vehicles, at least 2 or 3. And then there's more just right over here, which is right off of the highway. Very doable. To get into this area here, you have to go through this little, yeah, it's not bad. It's just a dip, really. So anyone could probably come back here. And then there's more over here, and then there's like a trail or a little road kind of thing that I wouldn't take because it's definitely more rugged, lots of rocks. So if you're in some kind of four-wheel drive, you can go further down there. And then there's the river. The air smells like honey. I'm not sure what it is. I don't see many flowers. Might be flowers. These are some kind of willow trees, maybe? They're starting to leaf out. And I think these are aspens, maybe? They all have their nice, fresh, new leaves. Very green. Beautiful, big old pine trees. You'd be tempted too, right? To stay here overnight? I mean, I think Ross is just at Walmart, so why spend the night at Walmart when I could spend the night here? The only thing is the internet. I really kind of wanted internet. I haven't done comments on looked at comments on the last 4 videos because I haven't had internet. Or not very much, or not very often. So, I don't know. Think about it. So this lake spot was really nice, very peaceful. A couple people stopped by just to look at the river, but yeah, that little spot I had was kind of set apart, so really nice. If you are traveling up the 395, or well, down for that matter, between Bishop and I think it's Lake Topaz, and it's on freecampsites.net, and I think I said the name before. It's called like Wild Horse Camp or something like that. Wild Horse River Camp. Maybe this is the Wild Horse River. I have no idea. My GPS or my map on my phone won't update because again, there's no internet, so I don't know. But we're back on the road, headed north. We are on our way to Lake Tahoe, and it's just over these mountains. Well, can't really see the mountains there. Oh, here they are. Over these mountains, that's Lake Tahoe. So we spent the night last night at Walmart here in Gardnerville. It's I think they call this area the Carson Valley because Carson City is I don't know how far, maybe 10 or 20 miles that way. And yeah, this Walmart was loud. One of the loudest I've been to. Surprisingly loud, because I don't think there's a lot of people here, but I guess, yeah, lots of loud diesel engines, lots of revving of engines, and I don't know, whatever. So the cool thing about this place is that right over here somewhere, there is it's like a retention pond or a runoff area, whatever. You know, it's like a big area, and part of it is a wetland, just a little part of it. And the whole thing can become a wetland, I guess, in you know, certain conditions. But they use it's a big grassy area, most of it, and they use it as a dog park. And it's not fenced, but it's surrounded by a fairly steep gravel, like, wall area, which dogs could go up, but you know, Olive is so interested in the grass and all the smells. It's been good. We've been over there 3 times now. So, not always a place to exercise her at, you know, around a Walmart parking lot, but it worked out good, so thanks. Hey, so we stopped in South Lake Tahoe on our way over to the west side of the lake, and hopefully where we're going to be able to find a place to camp. I'm surprised by how large South Lake Tahoe is. It's got lots of stuff, lots of shopping, lots of restaurants. Okay, so back on the road so we can find a campsite before it gets dark tonight. I have no idea if Ross is coming. I have a feeling he's not. He usually likes to travel early in the day. I like to take it easy in the morning and then ease my way into traveling. But yeah, so crossing those mountains over into Lake Tahoe, that was pretty awesome, the views. And so far, this place is gorgeous. The lake, I only saw a couple glimpses, but the colors, it's really beautiful. This is Lake Tahoe. I have to say it's blowing me away. I've only gotten glimpses mostly from my van, but wow. Beautiful, so beautiful. Check out the little island. It looks like there's some kind of man-made structure on top. I have no idea if there is or not, but looks like it, doesn't it? So I made it to Tahoe City, and yeah, Lake Tahoe, at least up till now, it's kind of a bust. Other than it being gorgeous and yeah, way more beautiful than I thought it was even going to be. But as far as camping, that's a bust. All of the National Forest land, which has, I think, some spots to camp. I looked into one online, and then somebody else I know told me about one, and you can't get up those roads. They're all blocked off by gates, and they're packed with snow. There are a few snow parks, which, I don't know, maybe you don't know what a snow park is, but in areas like this that have winter activity, they have parking lots, and they usually have pit toilets, and sometimes more. But you can buy a seasonal pass, or what they call a day pass, but you're allowed to stay there at night. And this is just in the winter months. In the summer months you can stay for free, as far as I know. I've stayed in at snow parks in Oregon a few times and worked out really well. But when it's still considered winter, like I guess May is considered winter in the mountains, you have to buy a permit, which is fine. I don't mind spending $5. That's what a permit costs for one day. But you have to be able to do it online, which I can do, but you have to be able to print it so you can hand it to the ranger if and when they come and check. You cannot just have it on your phone or your computer. They don't allow it. So I called around a little bit to vendors that are supposed to be able to sell them, and everyone is out because it was such a active snowy season. And so I got here to Tahoe City, and I went into one of the sports shops and I asked the guy about it. He's like, yeah, nobody has them anymore, they've been sold out. And so I asked him if he had any suggestions other than, you know, driving 50 miles out of this area to park and camp. Somebody's quite needy today. Up. She's a little needy. Yeah. All of the driving has her completely stressed out. So he suggested that I come here. And this over here is the city transit center, which has a parking lot, but almost nobody's parked there. And I was like, yeah, I don't see that happening. But when you drive a little further back, over here it's like a trailhead. It's where people launch rafts in the river, and there's a bike trail here. I'm feeling like this is kind of a bust and not what I was picturing as far as finding some, you know, beautiful trailhead in the woods, but I guess it's my own fault. I texted Ross and said, I hope you're not coming right now because I don't know if this is gonna work. So I guess he planned to stay back at that Walmart one more night, and chances are we're probably just gonna meet further up. I said to him I didn't recommend that he even comes because although beautiful, this road around the lake is crazy, like up and down and really tight switchbacks in some areas, and then the path that goes over the mountains to get into this area was crazy as well. My van was working overtime to get up it, and his van with the big trailer behind it, I don't know, it probably wouldn't work out so well. So Lake Tahoe, I'll come back another time, maybe in the summer, see how it goes. So this is the river, and this is where you would launch a raft or a boat, I guess. Looks very clean. Comes right out of Lake Tahoe, so probably is pretty clean. This is the Truckee River. Truckee, like town of Truckee in California. And yeah, it's just a few feet away from where we're gonna try to camp tonight. Hopefully it works out. I'm trying to help her get rid of some of her nervous energy from all the traveling. It was rough on her today. She was not handling it well. And yeah, looks like it's working. She enjoys a snowdrift for sure. We are still in the land of giant pine cones. These things are nuts how big they are. So not the biggest one I've seen yet, but look at how huge this thing is. It's 3 times, 4 times the size of Olive's head. It's crazy how big they are. The land of giant pine cones. Hey, so this is Tahoe City. We successfully stayed here last night in that kind of like a trailhead right inside of the town. And it's right behind the transit center. Other than the other people staying there, some people were partying, some people were running their generators all night long. Very considerate of them. But other than that, it was fine. And I am right now at, it's called Common Beach, or Commons Beach. And it's a free beach with free parking. Yeah, the beach is actually, I'm just on a little extension of it. The larger beach, it's not large, but a bit larger. It's behind me. And it's beautiful here. Yeah, Lake Tahoe is beautiful. But I would say that Lake Tahoe is not super friendly to people in campers and stuff. Well, let's put it this way. You have to plan better than I did. You have to get a snow park permit, and you have to get it online, and you have to print it out because none of the vendors have them. They sell out very early in the season. If you get it online, then you can stay at the snow parks for $5 a night, or I don't know, it's like maybe $50 for the season or something. And that would be okay. Or you can park where I parked. But other than that, they are on top of all other parking. Like everywhere you go, it says no overnight parking, no overnight parking. So, and a couple of people I talked to said they are very strict about it, and if you try it, you will get a knock at 2 a.m. So, Lake Tahoe, not the easiest place, but one very beautiful place. Let's put it that way. Do your homework if you plan to come here. You know, in the summer, if you were here, you could go up into the national forests, but they are all closed because of snow still. So what can you do? It's not just the snow. Even if you have like a vehicle that can get through the snow, they are all gated off. And so are all the paid campgrounds. They're all gated off. They're not open until like the beginning of June. So Lake Tahoe, unfortunately, I'll be cutting my trip short, and I'm off. I'm headed to meet back up with Ross, who is now at least probably 100 miles in front of me, west of me. So, and yeah, here we go.